Okay, welcome back to the Anime Den. This time around we're doing the Macross VF-1J Miria Valkyrie variant. You can see it's by Toynami. It's a 1:100 scale variable form figure. And of course in the box, of course, you have the actual Valkyrie itself, and then you of course have all the accessory parts in there as well, which of course is base, landing gear, missile pods, and various other bits and bobs that make the figure happen. So let's see what it looks like out of the box. Okay, and we're back. And these are obviously the Miria figure, or the Valkyrie. Because it's stand, you get a heap of accessory parts that come off that to help stand up. And then all the other bits, so as I said before, here's your landing gear struts, your rifle. The rifle does come apart, and there is a reason for that later on down the track, we'll show you. But yes, the rifle can remove the pistol grip on it. Of course, blaster here, hand to hold the rifle, and of course your missiles, and you get a clear cockpit. And that's because in the Toynami version, as opposed to say the Yamato version, the cockpit on these don't actually hold true. They don't have a concealing. They don't have a concealing point like the 1:64 versions do from Toynami, which of course means that when you transform, you'll need to take that off. Now, of course, transforming is a different question because it has three versions. Obviously, it has Gear Walk, Battleoid, and Fighter Mode, and it can be quite cumbersome to actually transform them. And it's been a while since I've transformed one of these, so let's see if I can't screw it up. Actually, normally, just 2 secs. We'll come right. And we're back. We just had to loosen some things up. That was all. They can get very stiff, especially when they're fresh out of the box, because obviously everything moves. The head moves, the gun antennas move, everything moves. It's fully articulate. There's nothing that doesn't move. So, because when you want to transfer it, the first thing you do is start on the back. So that would of course sit up there like that. You flick that down. There's a little head piece that flicks around. You would of course then turn the head around. Best to point the guns forward and get it ready to go through. Because what will happen is the back comes up, and as the back comes up, and it's very, very stiff, you have to actually get that head to flick through. And it's not anywhere near as easy as you would think. It's actually quite difficult, and this one here is going to be very, very awkward. So let's try this again. There we go, it's through. Then we need to, of course, once you're through, you have to straighten your head up a bit, otherwise it's all going to go to hell in a handbasket, because the head eventually will end up somewhere around here. Now as we come up, we're going to double join it up, and this plate here has to slip back and down and into this plate here, I should say, has to slip. That needs to go like that, and then that plate needs to of course slip back and try and gently click it into place without wrecking the place, which can be quite difficult actually. Just try and get that to do its bit. And as I said, when they're very fresh out of the box, they can be quite awkward to work with. And things just don't want to click in quite how you expect them to. Alright, that's going to click in. Doesn't want to flick into the back because it's got a couple of locators on it, a couple of plastic tab locators which have to all lock in, otherwise it just doesn't transform. At the moment, some of those locators aren't wanting to locate. and now it's located. So flick that down. So for gear walk mode, because what you got to do is there's a connector there, and connectors up here on the wings that you got to get them to connect to. Once you've done that, depending on what mode you want to go to, depends on where you go to next. If you want to go to gear walk mode, so if you want to go from Battleoid to gear walk, you have to bring the legs over, and they will generally just click over, and then the legs will bend forward. You end up in, of course, and you flick your arms down, put your jet back. This is about where you would remove your cockpit. And of course now you're into gear walk mode. Because what you see is I've taken the blast shield glass off and replaced it with, of course, a normal cockpit. There's no figurine behind it, or imagery of a figurine, which is a bit disappointing because again the Yamato ones generally do. And of course that's, of course, now in gear walk mode. Now, of course, if you want to go to jet mode, jet mode is probably the easiest one to finish off with now, because you just literally have to bring your legs forward a bit, swing your arms in. The arms have to be swung. Very hard to show this part. Hang on. So you have to bring both arms up, back and around. And I have got a tab on them, which will tab together. We do it right. Now we'll tab in. Hang on. Should be showing you this way, but you need to be able to see what you're doing, otherwise it's not going to work. Because there's this little tab just here. You're going to make it go into a little slot. And one of the issues of the Toynami toys is, of course, the arms do come off. Well, actually, pretty much everything comes off. It's like a glorified gunpla kit. But it does mean you can do that. Let me just put it back on. It's cheating, I know. But you know what? It's a Sunday afternoon. And there we go. That's, of course, what it looks like once it's done. These hands actually just pop out, so once you've got that part done, you just take your hands out and lose them, and that gives you your jet. And then it's just the legs, and the legs just finish it up. You just basically pop them over the head. The head's always going to be the issue with these things. Toynami, when they build them, really stuffed up when they did the head and leg assembly, because they do continuously interfere with each other, and they tend to be the point where they break. But once they're through, that's it. They're generally quite good, and it's just a matter of, again, there's a couple of tabs, just if we can do it this way, there and there, and again it's just a matter of tabbing them in. And we're back, sorry for that little interruption. And of course, again, there's more tabs, more things to slot into. Maybe you got to just slightly misalign the, and a lot of it's just getting a feel for it. It will eventually work. Should always probably do a dry test on these things before I make a video, shouldn't I? That's that one locked. So I'm getting this one to lock. then you just flick the legs forward, drop the feet down as always. The little pack on the back, of course, flicks forward. And again, very careful with this one because these do tend to be a weak point on them. Unfurl the wings. And that's, of course, your basic Valkyrie mode. It is meant to all lock together, but it doesn't always lock together. But, you know, that's your basic Valkyrie. Once it all sort of straightens out a bit. Now, there is a few extra bits that go with this. Now, I said before about the gun. Where is it? Reach into the box of tricks. So in your kit, you'll get a piece that looks like this. Now, your gun handle comes off, slides up. I'll just show you that again, so for those who didn't see it. So that's your gun without the handle on it. It literally just slides up. You then put that piece on there where it locks in. Again, I haven't done this for a while because the one I've got personally sits on display and it doesn't get transformed all that much. And probably one of the things with the Toynami ones is that you would probably do the same. You'd probably just display it up how you like it and then maybe change it once every 6 or 12 months. So in the bottom there, you'll see in the arms there's a join part where these click in, and then of course you have your, there we go, your traditional vehicle design. And then to access the landing mode or the landing parts, to put them in, you'd merely flick that up, insert the landing part. One of these should flick one way or the other. There we go. These flick all the way over. And then you just insert your landing gear as appropriately required to give your vehicle the appearance that it has got deployable landing gear. And that of course then gives you all your landing gear. Again, hold it up so you can see it properly. And there we have of course our fighter with its landing gear. And then of course your missiles literally just clip into the wings. So you just bang them in and away they go. And then we have of course the Macross variant VF-1J in vehicle mode. Now you can buy accessory packs for these. I actually got one. Toynami did do a version which came out with a pack already included, which was a Do You Remember Love pack. I actually got that pack, which is of course for the VF-1A in my case. And that's of course the upgrade pack. So you can see of course comes with the boosters on the top with the extended cannon, as well as of course all the fuel boosters, and of course all the cool stuff. And that's of course, and you can buy these upgrade packs separately. You don't have to buy them with, hello, look at that, that's our little anime fan there named Tyrone. You gonna say hello to the camera, Tyrone? Say hello to the people on YouTube. And there we go, we have the VF1, this is of course the Macross variant, and this is of course the Hikaru variant. Both from Toynami, both very cool toys, but yes, one of those ones where you probably build it, stick it in your cupboard and not worry about it ever again. And of course again, you can use these to mount it. They do come with a myriad of different mountings on it for making your vehicle look supposedly even cooler. I've never really bothered with them, they don't interest me all that much. So thank you very much for watching and we'll see you next time.